pretty big subject, and it's one that we've been continually talking about. And I'm going to say it flat out right now. If you're typing, you're not playing, right? Leave toxicity out of this in general, but we're going to go into the last story. It does talk about how image and situations and brand and whatnot can be affected and impacted. And I'm just going to jump into it. This past weekend, the North America OWCS qualifier round started, the Swiss round. Players and teams were competing to earn points to become the top 16 teams in the region so that they end up to group stages. At the beginning of play, it was very exciting. Rosters had been set. And I think about 3 hours before the games were supposed to start, suddenly the situation happened and there was a big bombshell that was dropped. I'm going to share the news article that talks about it a little more, and then I'm going to overview it real quick for us, Nick. All right. So sure. More or less is about an undisclosed burner account shared online that DMs of racist messages, people saying the N-word. First and foremost, we're not here to argue if and when it's okay. It's never okay. It's absolutely never okay. And like we said, if you're typing, you ain't playing. And second with that is that you have players who are Overwatch League that are doing this or did this allegedly, and then et cetera with proof. People are going to come after you, and you have a target on your back. And like, here's the perfect example of that. 3 hours before you're supposed to compete in the new esport and have potential for tournament and whatnot, you're basically kicked out or you're dropped and you can't play and your team is messed up. Anyway, so like people are going to put a target on you. Don't give people reasons or ways to mess your future up. So like that's first and foremost, absolutely saying that. But as we go through it, let's see what happens, talk about it. And like I said, we're not discussing the validity or the context and if it's okay or it's not okay. So an anonymous account had released screenshots of a DM. Apparently they're from a French player or French players that at the Overwatch World Cup months ago took over the shoulder of a couple players, pros like Sam, OG, and I can't remember the third one, but there was anonymously leaked out, like I said, a couple hours before the tournament started, and immediately the team that they were on disbanded and found another team miraculously pretty fast. The team was M80. They were very forward and direct about it, honest with it. Sam, for his credit, took responsibility, was pretty honest about it. But this kind of connects to that conversation we were saying where you've got these young kids who are on the up and up, who are able to represent not only themselves, their country, perhaps their game, but these big companies. And then something like this happens. It feels bad, of course, but then it just like, I can't put it into words, Nick. I don't know if you're able to a little bit better than me. Hold on a second. I believe you're muted.
Well, what I was saying, I was muted because I was coughing. Like you're just an idiot. Like I'm not like whether or not anything. Like you're just an idiot doing shit like this, right? Like you're just an idiot. It's clear as day. I don't know about the two other players, right? Because it's like 3 Overwatch players were exposed. Like I don't know any more. Like I don't even need to know like more details, right? I need to know more details about the 2 other players, not the morons with a terrible vernacular, right?
Right.
Like I don't need to know more about these 3 individuals. I need to know more about the 2 other players whose lives were impacted by 3 players, and like now they're off the team, right? Like
right,
they got disbanded. So I want to know more about these 2 players. I want to know if they are like just close friends with these guys is why they got booted off too, or did they just drop it because they didn't know? Like I want to know more about the 2 other players. We got clear as day about the 3 of these
Yeah, so
want to curse, but like don't really want to curse on camera. Like it's just really stupid. It's just really stupid.
To that point, that's the definite theme, and like I do appreciate the one player taking responsibility for it. But long story short, with this, like M80 is the team. You can see here that this was the roster. They got disbanded. Sam leaves. Ultraviolet leaves. I think OG's the other player that's involved in this, or maybe I don't know specifically, but I know Sam is the focus with this. And then this was hours before the tournament started, and then literally the next day they come in and they have a whole new. They basically pick up Hawk's team as the M80 team. So like they really let down like other players that are on here, even the coaches with that action and whatnot. And like there's other situations where a pro player was banned for allegedly cheating, but like this seems to be more player count. Like players feel like they're frustrated because like the automated responses of complaints from in-game players are saying he's cheating when he could just be that good, because Kai's known for those hit scans. So like him getting banned for something like that, claiming he was cheating.
He plays on stage, right?
What's that?
He plays on stage, right?
Well, he used to, and now like with stuff. Yeah. So like, it's not that he really is cheating or not. It's just that sentiment that, so like, this is a nothing burger. Then there's other situations where like another Overwatch League tank got permanently banned and he's kind of retired, kind of doesn't play.
I don't even play the game, he says.
Yeah. I don't even play the game. So like, we don't know how true that is or not, because this and that, but like, again, these things feel like nothing burgers. Going into like this situation, it's definitely not a nothing burger, because it brings back the whole point of esports, but this is the situation of things, and then leaves the players, leaves the league, leaves so many people high and dry with this. And it just, we're not going to be able to have a fully comprehensible brand in a player sense or a game sense if things like this keep notching it back. There's only so much Kanye West marketing strategy you can do before you're completely ostracized. And like, even on that way, you need to be loved first for it to happen.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on this as we wrap up? Because it's pretty straightforward, and it's just something we needed to talk about, how drastically, immediately it messed with the Overwatch Championship Series, and how M80 had to bounce back super duper quickly and still be competitive to try to make group stages.
Now I want to know how long until these guys are reformed, right? Like saying stupid shit like this,
right? And will they be reformed? Will they come back to the scene? Will they have a redemption arc? We don't know. My favorite saying was from a streamer, Boger. It's like, don't say it. Don't even start. Don't give people a reason. There's no argument to why you can or can't say this. It's not even a conversation there. But then the third thing, and the funny thing is, like, I hear that Walmart's hiring. So you can go from playing in the Overwatch League, man, and you could pick up an application at Walmart, basically, from doing something like this. It's unfortunate, and like, it really sets a lot of things back. But Nick,
I don't think it's unfortunate. It's deserved. It's deserved. Get booted, bro. Get booted. It's unfortunate
for the rest of this team. It's unfortunate for the other players who were not involved. True. It's unfortunate for the image of the esport or the situation. But like, Nick, I want to repeat it again. If you're typing, you're not playing. Leave that shit off, not involved, just not bother with it. And that's kind of it for the esports meta today. Nick, you want to send us off, or shall I?
You can do it. Chill and don't type. That's all I got.
Play, don't type. This has been your esports meta. Hopefully you found it interesting. Check us again next week at 7:00 for our next podcast, or follow us on all our social media. Hit like, subscribe. It helps the algorithm tell the algorithm that you like us and you want to see more of us. And of course, we really appreciate it. That's it from me, Billy Sims, joined with Nicholas Layton, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.